chicken and dumplings. How'd I make it? Stay tuned. I'll show you. Welcome back, everybody. Glad you tuned in. We are going to be making chicken and dumplings today. Now, the things you're going to need. This is what you're going to use for your dumplings. All right. That is 16.3 ounces. You are going to need some mushrooms minced up, onion, bell pepper minced, cream of celery, cream of chicken, 1 can of chicken broth, and by the way, this can is 14.5 ounces, and the cream of chicken and cream of celery is 10.5 ounces, and this is 32 ounces of chicken stock. Now, I had processed up some chicken, so I'm going to take these 3 chickens that I processed up. I'm going to boil them in here, make my stock, and make another stock, and then get the residual meat off of there. And then I'm going to take these 2 chicken breasts, I'm going to cut them up. And then right here, what I have is a 1/16 of a cup and a 1/16 of a cup of garlic and onion powder, a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of cracked pepper, and a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. I have this here because all these vegetables that I cook in here, after I make my stock and everything, they're going to come out because I don't want them in my meal. Water out of the garden hose. Why? Because it builds character. All right, so once that gets up to a boil, I'm going to add my 3 processed chickens, what's left of them, into here, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut this up. I'm going to cut up the bell pepper and onion and mince the garlic, and I'll be right back. All right, so I had to change out my propane bottle, a little setback, but no problem. So I was up to a pretty good simmer right here, and I'm going to go ahead and add these 3 chicken bodies. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to let those get up to a boil, and then once I think the chicken is about done or fully done, it doesn't really matter. As long as I can get it off the bone, that's fine. I got a good stock. We'll let that fluid boil down, kind of thicken up a little bit. And then, while those are cooling, I'll add in my chicken stock, my chicken broth, and I'll add in my vegetables. And I'll let all the seasoning from those vegetables get into the fluid. Now, earlier I said mince my bell pepper, onion, and garlic. I meant mushrooms. I apologize. The only garlic I have is the garlic seasoning. When I pull those vegetables out of there, the reason I'm pulling them out is because I don't want all them little particles of vegetables in the chicken and dumplings. I just want chicken, dumpling, and the flavor of the juice. And of course, as always, all this seasoning is optional. You can say, hey, I'm allergic to mushrooms, and not put in mushrooms. There you go. If you're allergic to chicken, I would say don't make this recipe at all. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna let that boil for a little while, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so here we are. We are about to take these chicken bodies up out of here and put them in this bowl right here so we can get all the meat off of them. Oh, look at that. Falling right off of there. That's good. That's what we're looking for. okay if the meat falls off in there because we're going to get that out in a minute. Save all our juices. Pretty. Alright. So, let me get you a close-up of what that fluid looks like. Pretty, yeah? Alright. So, let's take our vegetables right here. Onions, bell peppers, and our mushrooms, not garlic. I said garlic last time. And shake those off in there. Now remember, this is for flavor. So here we go with our seasoning. Put that in there. Alright. So I'm going to mix this up with my tongs because I forgot my other stuff. Now we're going to let this boil down. Saute everything. And then we're going to strain out all this crap. In the meantime, this is going to be cooling down to where I can start getting all the meat off the bone. And then our chicken breast will go in after we strain out all that stuff. And then you'll see. I mean, I don't know why I'm telling you about it right now because I'm going to show it all to you in just a minute. Alright, so the vegetables have been boiling for quite some time. Good news is, due to all the stock that the 3 chickens made, I will not be adding any of this chicken broth or stock. So that's going to be out of the equation right here. I'm going to let this keep rolling for a little while, and I'm going to show y'all how to get them biscuits ready. So, alright, first things first. We're going to open this up. I'm going to start with one, show you how the process goes, and then I'll do the rest off camera. So, we got our biscuit. We're going to go 1 slice, 2, and then 3, and then right down the center. And I'm going to bring it close so you can kind of see what that looks like. Get a good idea of it. This part is optional. I'm going to take each one of them, I'm going to roll them into a ball, and just drop them on the plate. That is 100% optional. They will cook just fine, just in the shape that they are in. Some of them are going to be a little bigger than others, but that's okay. Now I'm going to do this with all the biscuits, and then I'll have them all on this plate, and then we're going to get to the next part. Thank you. Okay, so we got all our dumplings prepared, and now we're off to the straining part. I'm going to strain out all those vegetables, like I said earlier. I'm going to take this to the sink inside because it's a little easier for me, and then when I get back, I will have none of those vegetables in there, but I will have all the juice. Okay, so now I have strained all the vegetables out. I'm going to pour the juice back into the pot. Hey, dude.
Hey. I'll just yeah.
Here, can you take this back in the house for me? Thank you. Be careful with that. Alright, so that's going to get back up to a simmer. I'm going to add the chicken breast to that and let that loosen up a little bit. And then I'm going to show y'all all the chicken that we got off of the stuff that you would have normally just threw in the trash. Okay, so here's our 2 chicken breasts cut up. And then here's all that meat from the 3 chicken bodies that we would have normally just threw in the trash. So try not to let anything get wasted around here, and it made that stop. It saved us money over there on that end, and all of this great meat that would have normally went to waste is now going to go to good use. So once this gets up to a little simmer, which is pretty much there, we're going to go ahead and add the chicken breast. Now I'm going to let them breasts cook for about 30 minutes, somewhere up in there. I want to get it to a point where when my dumplings are finally done, my breasts are starting to tear apart, kind of like this. So just for reference, this right here, they sat in there for about an hour and a half. And, you know, this meat is just like, it just tears to shreds. And that's kind of what you're looking for in your chicken and dumplings. Or that's what I'm looking for in my chicken and dumplings. So once that gets ready, then I will add this chicken, and then I will add my cream of chicken once it gets to a boil. Then I'll add my cream of celery. Once it gets to a boil, I'll just mix that up, and then I'll start adding each dumpling in one by one to ensure they don't stick together. And then you're going to have great tasting chicken and dumplings. So stay with me, and we'll be done in a minute. Okay, so we're finally to that moment. So let's go ahead, open this up, and we are going to go ahead and dump this chicken into here. Along with boom, boy, that thing is not opening easy. Along with the cream of chicken. I'm gonna mix that up, let that break down for a little while. Once that breaks down, I'm gonna add the cream of celery when I get back with you. And then once all that's broken down in there, then we're gonna add the dumplings one by one to ensure they don't stick together. She's over here thinking she's next. Baby, you to make eggs. You ain't here next. Okay, so we got all the cream of chicken settled out, and now we're gonna go to the cream of celery. So let's open it up and let's get to it. We've got the bubble factory going on. The kids playing outside, having a good time. There goes the cream of celery. Now we're gonna mix that in just like the cream of chicken, and we're gonna let that chill out for a little while, and then we'll get back to y'all. Okay, guys. So now we finally made it to the final part. We're gonna start adding dumplings one by one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a dumpling, I'm gonna roll it up, and I'm gonna drop it in. And I'm gonna grab the next one, I'm gonna roll it up and drop it in. And the next one, I'm gonna roll it up and drop it in. I'm gonna do that all the way until I get all of them in to ensure that they don't stick together. All our dumplings are in. We're gonna let them soak for about 30 minutes, and then all our chicken and dumplings delicious? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, guys. So we finally made it to the end. So let's check it out. Let's see what she looks like. Your chicken and dumplings are finished. Look at them pretty dumplings floating right on top. I'm gonna tell you right now, your family is gonna love this meal. I appreciate you guys watching. Please hit the like and subscribe, and if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. I will answer all questions. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day.